tragedy and loss. Millions of people live without problems of pain, or live with problems of pain. Millions of homes are filled with questions, moments, and seasons and cycles that come as thieves and aim to stay. We know that pain is very real. It is our privilege to suggest that hope is real and that help is real. This video that I'm about to show is this girl. She gets bullied. She got bullied in school. She made this video about what she goes through and how she deals with it. And so just check out this video.
Take my photo off the wall if it just won't sing for you. 'Cause all that's left is gone away, and there's nothing there for you to prove. Oh, look what you've done. You've made a fool of everyone. Oh, well, it seems like such fun until you lose what you had won. Give me back my point of view, 'cause I just can't think for you. I can hardly hear you say, what should I do? Well, you choose. Oh, look what you've done. You've made a fool of everyone. Oh, well, it seems like such fun until you lose what you had won. Oh, look what you've done. You've made a fool of everyone. A fool of everyone. A fool of everyone. Take my photo off the wall if it just won't sing for you. 'Cause all that's left is gone away, and there's nothing there for you to do. Oh, look what you've done. You've made.
That video just breaks my heart every time I watch it, because that's just ridiculous. People shouldn't be in that situation where they feel like that's the only thing they can do. That girl killed herself 3 days after making that video because people at school bullied her about it, and that just absolutely kills me. The rest of this mission statement says, you need to know that rescue is possible, that freedom is possible, that God is still in the business of redemption. We're seeing it happen. We're seeing lives change as people get the help they need. People sitting across from a counselor for the first time. People stepping into treatment. In desperate moments, people calling the suicide hotline. We know that the first step to recovery is the hardest to take. We want to say here that it's worth it, that your life is worth fighting for, that it's possible to change. Beyond treatment, we believe community is essential, that people need other people, that we were never meant to do life alone. The vision is that community and hope and help will replace secrets and silence. The vision is people putting down guns and blades and bottles. The vision is that we're going to reduce the suicide rate in America and around the world. The vision is that we would learn what it means to love our friends, and that we would love ourselves enough to get the help we need. The vision is better endings. The vision is restoration of broken families and broken relationships. The vision is people finding life, finding freedom, finding love. The The vision is a graduation, a Super Bowl, a wedding, a child at sunrise. The vision is people becoming incredible parents, people breaking cycles, making change. The vision is the possibility that your best days are ahead. The vision is the possibility that we're more loved than we'll ever know. The vision is hope, and hope is real. You're not alone, and this is not the end of your story. That's pretty much the message of this message, if you want to say, is there's so much trash that we go through. There's so much stuff that just breaks us down. And we need to be there for each other. Like, I guess a few weeks ago, Pastor Rory was talking about, or just last week, I guess, he was talking about how the apostles, how they went around, they were like family. Like, if someone needed money, they just gave them their wallet. They just had each other's back. And we need to be with each other. We go through hard times. You don't want to sit in your bed. You don't want to cry yourself to sleep. Talk to someone. I mean, look, we got leaders around this room. If you're going through something, you just need to find one and talk to them. Isaiah 43, 1-5 says, "Do not be afraid, for I have ransomed you. I have called you by name, you are mine. When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you, for I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I gave Egypt in ransom for you. I gave Ethiopia and Seba in your place. Others were given in exchange for you. I traded their lives for yours. Because you are precious to me, you are honored, and I love you. Do not be afraid, for I am with you." This whole worship thing, going after God, like, first time I ever started to even think about worship, the fact that they even thought of singing, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even get into it. Like, I would just stand there, I'd be like this, I'd tap the chair. Because like the beat of the song, I just tap the chair. And that went on for months. Like a lot of these verses, I have a few verses in here that are just like talking about crying out to God, how God's always there for you. Like this one here, it says Psalms 142, 5-7. It says, "Lord, I cry out to you for help. You are my place of safety. You are all I need in life. Listen to my prayer. I am so weak. Save me from those who are chasing me. They are stronger than I am. Help me escape this trap so that I can praise your name. Then good people will celebrate with me because you took care of me." I mean, we all have those times in life when we feel like we're just being chased out. Like we can't escape what's coming at us. And I wasn't going to share this till later on, but later on, like a few nights ago, I was laying in bed and God just spoke to me in this word. He told me to share it here tonight. He was talking about how, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you're younger, like when you're this tall, yeah, like cute little Austin when he was that tall. You know how easy it was to like kind of dance around and do whatever you want. Like raise your hand if you just did that. Like, yeah, like you get to, it's so much easier. Like when I was younger at my North Carroll Assembly of God church, and you were on worship for the kids, right? And all those kids dancing around and stuff. But what happens is, I'll come over here. What happens is when we're younger, we can go after God, and we'll be like, okay, we're building up a wall. We'll be like, "Jesus, I love you," building up a wall. "Jesus, I love you," building up a wall. "Jesus, I love you," building up a wall. And before we know, about when we get to teen years, about when we get right here, this tall, is when our wall is about right up here, and we can't see God anymore. And we just get so blocked, and then we turn around, and we have our back against the wall. And then we're like, "Okay, I can't do this anymore." And like that girl, if you've cut yourself, it's not because that's the problem. It's because that's what you run into because of the problem. Because instead of going back and tearing down that wall, you go over here and you run into your problem. But you can't run into your problem. You can't run into pornography. You can't run into lust. You can't run into drugs when you're feeling down. You can't just stay over here. Like, in this movie came to me, the mummies or the mummy, whatever. At the end of the movie, they were running away. And when they were running away, how crazy would it have been if they turned back and ran straight into what was chasing them? You can't just turn around. And what God spoke to me about this was the walls of Jericho, and how Joshua, he had crazy walls in front of him. Like crazy walls. You think your issues are crazy? These walls were huge. Like so many walls. And God told him to march around the city 6 times and be crazy and do all this crazy stuff, and the walls would fall. And what's crazy about that is Joshua was obedient. He had all this peer pressure. Like everybody's like, dude, why don't we just go take the city? I mean, God's giving us every single city. All we have to do is march in there and just go like, this is our city. And this is, in case you don't know, this is a little bit about this. This is the city that Rahab and the prostitute was in, and she protected his spies. So, because I read about this today, so I'm caught up. But that's the crazy thing is when we're obedient to God, God's called us to worship Him. If we're obedient to God and worship, that wall of pornography, of lust, of drugs, of your parents leaving you, separation, that wall will just fall down. And you won't have to have your back against the wall. You can just march right there and take that city. So, I guess the point I'm trying to get across is go after God. Okay. So, I came up with some excuses that I went through personally. I'm sure that you guys do the same thing, because I was in your spot 3 years ago when I hated worship. So, the first excuse is there's no point. Why would I raise my hand? Why would I sing if it doesn't do anything? Because that's what I thought. Like, it doesn't do anything. You just Jesus, I'm not like you. And like you just look weird when you do that. That's what I thought. You just look stupid. Why would you do that? There's no point. And then another excuse is I don't like the music, or I don't like my voice. And that was the crazy thing. Like, I didn't I told myself more than I didn't like it. I mean, I did like it. But I told myself, I don't like the music. I can't really get into it. And then a big one, I'm sure for many people, is I don't like my voice. Like, oh my gosh, that was the biggest thing. Like, I'd sing like this. I'd be like, I tried to sing so I couldn't even hear myself, but what I found is the louder I sing, the less I can hear myself, because it's more focused on God. Like, I'm in my own space, like the one that kids can't. So on my knees, and I was just like this, and it felt like I wasn't even there. It felt like my body wasn't even there. I was just totally in a different place. And I was just praying to God. It's just crazy when you go after Him, crazy things happen, like crazy. And another reason is God doesn't care about me. Why should I care about Him? If God cared about me, why would I have to go through hard times? Why would I have to deal with all this stuff? Why would my parents separate? Why would my dad leave me? Why would all this stuff happen? And the thing is, if you believe that God doesn't care about you, then you're being lied to by the devil, because God cares about you more than you'll ever know. Like, you will never be able to understand how much God cares about you. It's ridiculous. This one I have a lot to share about. My friends aren't going after God. Why should I? The thing, Bradley, stand up for me real quick, please. Please don't laugh. Anyways, worship, okay. They're worshiping. Standing next to your friend. You're like, okay. Maybe they lift up their hand, maybe I'll lift up my hand. And the same thing is, they're thinking the same exact thing. You know, maybe if my friend would go after God, it would be easier for me to go after God personally. And like, you can sit down.